All right. Our next presenter is Brian LaDuca. Brian is the creator and director of the Institute for the Arts Nexus at Arch Street at the University of Dayton. A native Chicagoan, right on. I'm not native, I just live there. A native Chicagoan who has 3.5 years of Dayton under his belt. He has been on a mission to disrupt the traditional learning design in higher education. His undying respect and excitement for the future generations has been prime since the birth of his twin boys because, hey, as he says, today's college students are those educators and professionals who will hire and teach his children, which happens to also include a little girl. Smiley face. Aw, no, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian LaDuca.
What's going on, everybody? All right, let's get going. All right, millennials. 1980-ish born to roughly 1996-ish born. How many millennials in the house? Okay, good. So I'm 1977, I'm a little fringe, but I teach millennials on a day-to-day basis, and it's been one of the most influential generations of my life. See, I have never, ever met, a group of individuals who so believed in service and change and the belief that they actually can change the world. Collaboration is in their soul. And because of that, we sit in a world of trying to teach these individuals. But we've got Generation Z coming right behind them right now. Generation Z is 1996-ish to right about now. So I think my 4-year-old twins are actually on the cusp of this. And we don't know a lot about these, obviously, but they're about to join the college ranks in 2 years, which means we need to figure out these individuals. And you can see up here, there's a lot going on here that we don't know. But I'll tell you one big thing. It will be the first generation ever that will not be a non-white majority. And that's a huge thing because they embrace that multiracial diversity. So now you're talking about 2 generations who are leaving college into the workforce and are studying, who want to change. Yet we like to think they all think about technology and selfies and all that other good stuff. But that's not simply the truth. They truly actually believe they can change the world. So how do we get them in the space and empower them to do that? Right? So I decided to sort of formate and design a new space for learning at the University of Dayton. This is the creator space at the Institute for Arts Nexus. It is the very first multidisciplinary creative and innovation center in the nation. And it is built on the idea that we will empower the 21st century student to be able to get them to a place where they can change the world through the degree focus. So what do? We build it through in our concepts around critical perspective, creative confidence, and innovative application. We send them through a system of experiential and experimental learning models that allows them to think differently, empower their creative confidence so they can take that want to change something and innovate through the degree focus in which they're studying in. But you've got to disrupt to do that, right? So let's disrupt. This is a little sample of a whiteboard wall in my space that's been developed by over 50 faculty and staff and creative disruptors across this region. This is how we design curriculum into space now. We look at them and say, how can we change their learning process so we can empower the work they do? No longer are we thinking, I'm the teacher, you're the student. It can't work that way, right? We've got to be able to be holistic. We've got to go, you're the teacher, I'm the teacher, you're the student, I'm the student. We're going to work together through experimental and experiential models that allow us to both to learn, to be better people. I can't do my job if I'm not inspired by you. But in order to do that, we've got to knock down the pillars of the archaic model of the university experience. No more can we think about lecture lab series, the single voice in front of the stage. I learned it this way, so you must learn it this way. They don't care. They want the entrepreneurial mindset. They want to be empowered. They want to do something that matters. And I know it's crazy, right? Because degree focuses don't simply go that way. You're a biology major. You're an engineer. You do this, you do that. It doesn't matter to them. We've got to turn around and say, let us help you and make us want to be better to make it matter for you. And so with the Institute for Arts Nexus, how do we do this? We developed a cohort with a 50 collective, and we put them in tri-teaching bundles. So every Tuesday night, the different innovations and disciplines get together and develop experimental learning sessions that are connected to the previous Tuesday and the next Tuesday to innovate from the degree focus in which their expertise lies in. And this process is built through a narrative study. It's based off the well-made session, kind of like the well-made play, right? So we no longer believe in lecture lab. We work through an opportunity through ideation, disruption, and the aha. We put them in a space where they see complex ideas and problem materials, and they come out for unexpected outcomes. And how do you do this? You build it through principle bases, right? Content. They come into a room, they see something, it's ambiguous, right? Through any of us, it's ambiguous. There's a tension. And when you have tension, you've got to work through it. But when you discover the ideas around tension, there's an empathy value. And through empathy, you find collaboration, and thus you find new knowledge to put in the innovation space. But even more importantly, we actually build rooms based on that curriculum. This is a sample of our gallery space in the Ian. This is a look at the climate design for fall 15. Thirst, fear, consumption. Curriculum comes to life. The students go into the room and spend time in these abstract spaces discussing and understand the innovation process so they can turn around and actually innovate themselves. This is a result from our summer process. We have students who now want to go out and understand how to deliver new ideas to the world, not through PowerPoints, not through white papers, but they can actually give you four-dimensional models for our city. They want to come in here and change our city. But even more importantly, we might need to think about what the end game is at the university level. Majors don't do it anymore. They don't care. They want to be able to be mission-based. They want to see that their passions have purpose. So we've got to find a way to find the major and move it to a mission design so our students can be empowered to do different things. Because look at here. You can see it's about whys. It's about hows. It's about a new learning design. We've got to be able to support them in that. We've got to get out of our way because these millennials are going into our workplace in 2 years, and they're mostly already there. 40% of the population in 2025 will be working from a millennial base. And then we got Gen Z. A little different, but yet still want to design their own process. But yet they still have some value in the degree focus, so my learning's not done either. It's a new time. They're going to come into our space now. In the next 4 years, they'll be in the higher educational model. And you know what, Dayton? They are here in our city. They want to change the way we live. They want to be part of it. So I'm going to tell you what Whitney told us. She believed that children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Merry Christmas, Dayton, Ohio.